Good evening, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, city officers, and welcome to those viewers who are watching the meeting via the live stream this evening. We'll ask you to please be upstanding, and I'll ask our new Deputy Mayor, Carlo Perkoff, if you could please read the opening prayer for us.
Thank you, Mayor Irwin. Almighty God, we ask you to guide us in all our discussions, to show goodness, honesty, understanding and wisdom in all that we undertake to do. May we respect each other's views at all times, and we ask all of this in your name. Amen.
Amen. Councillor Olo, could you please read the acknowledgement of country?
On behalf of elected members, we would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land, the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation, on which this meeting is taking place, and show our respect for elders past, present and emerging.
Thank you. You can take your seats. Before we begin, can I just remind you all to turn your electronic devices to silent? And I will go to item 1, which is the official opening. Ladies and gentlemen, I declare the special council meeting on the 28th of October 2025 open at 6:31 p.m. There are no apologies for this evening. Approved leave of absence. We do have one application from Councillor Kristovich, a leave of absence for the 4th of November 25. Are there any other applications for leave of absence? If not, can I have a mover and a seconder for those? Move Councillor Proud, seconded Deputy Mayor Perkoff, and just a show of hands to accept that leave of absence. Councillor Hatton, that's it. Thank you. That's unanimous. Item 4, disclosure of interest. Councillors, are there any disclosures this evening? You're all present. Item 5, public question time. There is no public questions this evening as there's no one in the gallery. That brings us to item 6, appointment of council committees. Each councillor is entitled to be a member of one of the city's 2 major committees, being the Community and Resource Committee and the Planning and Development Committee, as well as the CEO's Performance Review Committee. For other committees, if more nominations are received than vacant positions, a secret ballot may be conducted. The order of the ballot paper will be alphabetical, and governance officers will prepare and print the ballot papers and hand them to councillors. Councillors, as we go through this evening, we'll just work through each one and we'll make it clear at each time how we're doing or conducting the votes. If you've got any questions, just ask and we'll answer them on pause. Remember, this evening is not optional preferential voting. It is first past the post voting. Once you receive the ballot paper, select the required number of candidates. For example, if there are 4 vacancies and 6 nominations listed on the ballot, 4 of the candidate names must be ticked. The number of vacancies will be shown in bold on the top of each ballot paper. If any ballots are returned without the correct number of ticks, the ballot will be invalid. So to be clear, if there is, for example, a committee that has 4 vacancies, if there are 6 names on that ballot, because there's 6 people or councillors who wish to be on that, you must tick 4 of the boxes. So you can't just tick 1 box. You must tick 4 of the boxes for the 4 vacancies. Governance officers will bring the ballot box around and the votes cast can be placed in the box. And obviously the CEO will then count the votes to make sure there's the right amount of valid votes. So we'll start with the city's committees. We'll start with the simple ones, beginning with item 6.1, which is the Community and Resources Committee. I will call out each ward alphabetically, and I just ask you, if you are the councillor who is nominating, hopefully you've had this discussion between yourselves, please indicate so that we know, and then we'll go to the resolution. So we have, for the Balga ward, I already have a nomination for Councillor Criado. Is that correct? Yes. For Coastal ward, Councillor Papard. For Double View ward, Councillor Ree. For Hammersley ward, Councillor Hatton. We have Councillor Giudice for Inglewood ward, is that correct? Yes. Lawley ward, we have Councillor Ferrante. And Osborne ward, we have Councillor Olo. Yep. Okay. I was just reading through my notes. We're not. Do we do the chair now? Yeah, just give me a minute. Councillors, so we have that list. Can I now just check who has indicated they wish to be the presiding member or would like to nominate someone for the presiding member of this committee? I believe Councillor Criado has nominated for presiding member of the Community and Resource. Are there any other nominations for presiding member? No indication. Is there anyone who would like to be the deputy presiding member? Councillor Papard has indicated. So we have Councillor Criado as a presiding member and Councillor Papard as a deputy presiding member. Is there anyone who wishes for either of those for it to go to a vote, or you're happy with those? Okay. Given that, I will now put the recommendation, ask for a mover that the council... Yeah. But I've got to get a mover before I get a seconder. I've got a heap of helpers up here. All right. Move Councillor Hatton and seconder Councillor Kristovich. And we'll go to the vote. And that is unanimous. That was easy, councillors. You're a good lot. I will commend Councillor Iron there. That was her first vote, I believe. And first electronic vote. And yes. And you nailed it, Councillor. All right. Let's see if we can reciprocate that. So 6.2, Planning and Development Committee. Obviously, we have the alternates on here. So we have Councillor Dudek for Balga Ward, Councillor Kristovich for Coastal Ward, Councillor Proud for Double View Ward, Councillor Perkoff, Deputy Mayor for Hammersley Ward, Councillor Iron for Inglewood Ward, Councillor Migdale for Lawley Ward, and for Osborne Ward we have Councillor Thornton. Councillors, currently on my running sheet I have Councillor Proud and Councillor Migdale for presiding member. Is that correct?
Happy to go wherever. If anyone else puts their hand up, more than happy that they take it.
Okay, so
Is
what
there
you're...
a third hand anywhere?
We don't need a third hand. So, no, Councillor... Sorry, no, yeah, well, I'm just watching what's getting typed.
So I'm happy to go deputy to
Councillor Migdale.
Councillor Migdale.
So Councillor Migdale as presiding member and Councillor Proud as deputy. Are you both happy with that?
I'm happy with that, but I also echo my my other councillors' thoughts in the sense that obviously we want to ensure that anyone who has never had a go, who would like to have a go, has the opportunity of having a go. I have done it years ago, but I'm happy to fill the role.
Listen how nice you're all being. Let's see what we're like at the end of the meeting. Okay, so councillors, let's be clear. Right now I have Councillor Migdale as presiding member, Councillor Proud as deputy. It is a democratic process. If someone else indicates they would like, then we can either have the discussion or go to the vote. Is there anyone else who feels like they would like a chance to be chair or deputy chair? Okay. If not, then I will go to the motion, and I'll have moved Councillor Kristovich, seconded Councillor Olo, and I'll put that one to the vote. Thanks, councillors. That is unanimous. Congratulations to the presidings and the deputy presidings. I'm sure you'll all be brilliant. And thanks, councillors, for working that out and making that so easy. Okay, the next one we'll go to is item 6.3. It's the Chief Executive Officer's Performance Review Committee. Councillor, all elected members can be appointed to the CEO Performance Review Committee. We're also required to appoint a presiding member and a deputy presiding member. What I'll do here is, by exception, effectively say that you are all on it, because it is one of the significant roles of a councillor. You can remove yourself if you would not like to be on the CEO Performance Review. Is there anyone who'd like their name removed from the committee? It's good to see. The CEO appreciates it. We are required to appoint a presiding member. Is that right? Isn't that myself? The mayor presides? No?
Happy to nominate you.
Yeah. I thought that was automatically the mayor. I'm happy to nominate as the presiding member for that one. Yeah, and I would nominate, I think, the deputy mayor for the deputy presiding for that one if everyone's happy, unless someone else would like. And if I can get someone to move that motion, please. Move Councillor Migdale, seconded Councillor Criado, and we'll just go to the vote on that. That is unanimous as well. Thank you. We'll go to item 6.4, the Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee. There is an alt rec that's been prepared for this one. Firstly, can I ask councillors though, please a show of hands if you would like to be on the Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee. So we'll start with Councillor Dudek, Councillor Ferrante, Councillor Giudice, Councillor Iron, Deputy Mayor Perkov. Is there anyone else who would like to be on here? My only comment would be if you intend to attend these meetings, then it'd be worthwhile being on it. Okay, there are 4 a year. You don't have to be on it. They obviously do come to council, but if it particularly interests you, you either ask questions on audit and risk every time at a council meeting, or you have a particular interest and you come to every audit meeting, but you're not on the committee, then I would suggest it's easier to be on the committee because obviously it validates your opinion. Councillor Hatton is happy to add himself onto there. Councillor Ree.
I wouldn't mind being on it. However, I don't believe it should be confidential or the minutes should be confidential. It actually says that in the terms of reference. So while we're actually agreeing to this, we're agreeing that it all stays confidential again. Now,
I'll just get clarity because I don't disagree with you on that. I don't know, where are we at with that, Mr. Solents? Can you provide some comment?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, the changes to the committees as part of the local government reform require that all committees to be open to the public. Those provisions haven't come in as of yet. I do know that a lot of the matters that the Audit and Risk and Improvement Committee will be deemed confidential. So a lot of, say for instance, security matters, some things that may have a confidentiality aspect of it. So, certainly, take the point there. But
Is there a process? So if I can ask, just on Councillor Ree's behalf, because I think it is something that obviously the reform has indicated that. Is there perhaps a process where at the very start through the meeting procedures of the Audit Committee, the committee itself can determine and maybe determine what is open with a recommendation? It might be a recommendation from the internal auditor to say the following items will be in the public realm this evening.
through you, Mr. Mayor, there wouldn't be anything that would preclude that. The Audit Committee could be treated exactly as our other standing committees.
Are you happy with that, Councillor Reid?
yes, and I'd like to make sure that's included because it actually says in that, so with the amendment, it actually says in the terms of reference that it is all confidential. So I'd like, could I have that with that amendment or somewhere written up there? Because we do have the power under the Act with every single thing we do to say it's confidential or if it's not confidential. And previously the Audit Committee was run that way and then for whatever reason got changed. So I'm happy to go on it if we have that. Thank you.
And I think the alternative speaks to other changes that are impending in terms of the independent chair. So there's no problem with noting that some of it may not be confidential. Given the alternative recommendation also talks to the appointment. So, yep. So council Let me just check something. All right, so we do need now, who would like to be the first deputy, who's a councillor? Would someone like to indicate? I'll nominate Councillor Dudek. I reckon he'd be good at this. Second deputy, there's someone on there? No, this is deputy. These are deputy members. Sorry, I misread that. I thought it was the first deputy. Do we need to have deputies? No. What's a quorum for? 5. All right. So if we can, if we had to call someone and you're not on there, who would come? Councillor Kristovich has said he will come at a phone call. Is there someone else?
Mayor, under the new rules, are we allowed to be a Zoom person in to make the quorum? Because I know that did change, but not quite
No.
sure with some of these other committees.
I don't believe so, but either way, we'd still need the deputies, so we can. And I'll put Councillor Proud down as a second deputy. There we go. And can I have a mover? So move Councillor Perkoff, seconded Councillor Ree. Councillor Ree, you want these put separately? Yeah. Sorry, so we adopt the terms, which you're happy with, that we adopt the names, and 3 that we've got the deputy members if we can't roll up. Just scroll down for me, please, governance. Well, we can't. Is there only 3? I can't. Yeah. There is only 3. Yeah. So, yeah, I think there on this one. So, councillors, I will put that. This is just nominating the members of the committee. Put that to the vote. All right, show of hands, councillors. We're frozen. Thank you. That is unanimous. Thanks, Councillor. I'm going to need that. See ya. Right. Councillors, we'll now go to item 7. And 7.1, which is a Catalina Regional Council. So far, let's just ignore the screen. It's frozen at the moment. So far we have Councillor Kristovich, Councillor Migdale, Councillor Olo, and Councillor Perkoff, who have nominated. Is there anyone else who would like to nominate for the Catalina Regional Council? No. Okay, so there's 4 positions, 4 councillors. For the alternative members, we have Councillor Criado has nominated and Councillor Ree has nominated. Is there anyone else who would like to nominate? No. Councillors, that fits the bill. So if there's no one else who is nominated and no indication, then all I need is a mover and a seconder and we can get that one done. Move Councillor Ree, seconded Councillor Dudek. And just a show of hands, councillors. That is unanimous. Thank you. Now we'll just pause for a minute and let, just to make sure governance catches up. So, governance, we have, do you need the names? So we got, oh, you happy? And it was unanimous. Good. So we can now move on to the Mindarie Regional Council. Councillors, I have nominations from Councillor Dudek, Councillor Ferrante, Councillor Giudice, Councillor Hatton, Councillor Proud, Councillor Ree, Are there any other nominations for Mindarie Council? No other nominations for Mindarie Council. There are six nominations for 4 positions. That means we will go to a ballot. So governance will now prepare a ballot. Councillors, when you receive your ballot, you don't have to number them. You just have to tick 4 boxes. 4 boxes, and place them in the ballot box. For those, I'm assuming the live stream's still on. Yep, so those viewers at home, please note that during the voting process, the live stream will be paused, so you won't be able to see the votes that councils are doing, and then we'll turn you back on. Welcome back to those viewers at home. I've just asked councillors to indicate by a show of hands that they have placed a vote into the ballot box. They have all indicated yes. That's it. The CEO will now count to make sure there's a right number of ballots, and then the voting count. All right. Councillors, we have the floor. Thank you for voting. Thank you, Mr CEO, Manager of Governance. The 4 councillors elected to the Mindarie Regional Council are Councillor Proud, Councillor Hatton, Councillor Ferrante and Councillor Dudek. I thought I'd better double check that before I say it wrong. So Dudek, Ferrante, Hatton and Proud. We'll now ask you to nominate if you would like to be the alternate members of Mindarie. We have nominations. I'm assuming that Councillor Giudice and Councillor Ree would like to nominate as alternate members. We have Councillor Thornton and Councillor Ion who have also indicated they would like to be alternative members. Is there anyone else? Councillor Ree withdraws. So there is, but at the same time, I guess, in some ways, these aren't actually, from memory, these aren't necessarily, it's a different nomination than Catalina. So even though you're an alternative, what we're doing is basically making it easier for later on. Mindarie has that odd quirk in the Constitution where if an alternative is needed, this council still has to approve or endorse the alternate member at its meeting prior. So effectively, it doesn't really matter if we have 2, I'm guessing, 2 or 3, because effectively it's just a list to choose from each time. Yeah, it stops us doing a vote each time, so we can. Yeah. Yeah. So, councillors, we can either do a vote to have the one alternate, the main alternate, tonight, or we can just leave it as 3 alternates we can choose from at council. What would you prefer? Leave it as 3. And can I just, look, council's mature enough to be able to vote at the time and see who's available, I think. And if I can also, whilst things do come up, just emphasise that, you know, Catalina and Mindarie Regional Councils are 2 of the most significant items that this council deals with or has delegates dealing with. It's the stuff that either makes us $30 million or costs us $30 million. It's very significant on both of them. So, yes, I was subtly trying to say that. And for that reason, it's so important that we have representation. So as much as possible, if you are one of the members who's been appointed and given the trust of council to have that role, please let council know or governance know as early as possible if you can't attend, so those alternates can be nominated for those meetings. We don't need a ballot for that then, if council's happy with that. We will ask for a mover and a seconder to nominate. So I've got Councillor Kristovich, Deputy Mayor Perkoff, and a show of hands to endorse that result. All those in favour? Councillor Ree? Yep, that is unanimous. Thank you, councillors. Councillor, if you have item 7.3, the Metro Inner North Development Assessment Panel. Nominations from, currently we have Councillor Dudek, Migdal, Papard. Are there any other nominations for DAP?
Mr. Mayor, I'm happy to withdraw mine and nominate as a deputy
Okay.
or alternate.
So we've got Councillor Migdal and Councillor Papard as the 2 members. As the alternate member, we have Councillor Dudek. Is there any other nominations for alternate member? Councillor Ree, would you like to nominate? No? Deputy Mayor's happy to nominate? These are alternates. Is everyone okay with that? I'm just looking around, just making sure. All right. So we have our members on JDAP, or is DAP now, isn't it? Is Councillor Papard and Councillor Migdal. As alternate members, we have Councillor Dudek and Councillor Perkoff. Can I have a mover of that motion, please? Councillor Migdal, seconded Councillor Thornton, and a show of hands to accept those. That is unanimous. Thank you, councillors. North Western Metropolitan Regional Road Subgroup. That's quite a title, isn't it? I have a nomination from Councillor Iron. Is there anyone else who wishes to nominate for this? Councillor Proud. Yep. No, I'm aware. Yep. Councillor Proud is interested. Councillor Iron is interested. Yep. Well, I'm trying to, yeah. If you both like to nominate, we can either go to the vote, or if someone wants to withdraw, you'd like to withdraw. Councillor Proud's happy to withdraw. Councillor Iron's happy to accept the position. So the recommendation is that council appoints the following elected member, and it's Daniela Iron, and I'll ask for a mover of that motion. Councillor Proud has moved. Councillor Giudice has seconded, and a show of hands to nominate. Thank you. That is unanimous. Thank you, councillors. Well done, Councillor Iron. It's good to see you jumping straight in. It's good. West Australian Local Government Association North Metropolitan Zone Committee, WALGA. We've got nominations from myself. We have nomination from Councillor Migdale, Councillor Proud. I've got a feeling I might have, Councillor Papard. I thought there was another one. Is there anyone else who would like to nominate for North Zone? If not, I'll go to the First Deputy, Councillor Dudek.
Yeah, can I just nominate as a first deputy?
Councillor Hatton has indicated. Is there anyone else who'd like to nominate for any of those? No, we're all happy with those. Thank you. If I can ask for a mover of that motion then. I move Councillor Ferrante, second to Councillor Kristovich. And a show of hands, please. And that's unanimous. With Councillor Kristovich wishing us all the best. That's the LEMP Committee, Local Emergency Management Committee, is myself as per the terms of reference for the LEMP. And can I have someone move that motion? Councillor Proud, seconded Councillor Ferrante, and a show of hands, please. Councillors, just a show of hands, thanks. That is unanimous, thank you, councillors. Appointment to working groups. 8.1, Herdsman Lake Regional Park Advisory Committee. I have just asked, it's only because when I saw this, I'd never seen it before. So I'll just get Mr. Silence to just provide a quick brief. I've asked Mr. Silence to provide just 30 seconds of why we're doing this one.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Some elected members around the table would probably know the history behind this particular committee more so than I. But the Department of Biodiversity, Conservation and Attractions are making a concerted effort to improve their governance arrangements with all of their committees. They've recently adopted a new code of conduct in terms of reference for its committees as well. And as part of that, they've requested the city to formalise a nomination to the actual committee. It is in line with the Herdsman Lake Regional Park Management Plan that this committee is established, although that the committee, although the plan itself is quite old, it is still runs in perpetuity until it's actually replaced. So in view of that, Mr. Mayor, I would recommend that Council appoints an elected member to this particular committee. Thank you.
I think, and is it only one position?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, the advice that I received from the department, they only need one.
So I don't know if the council's ever appointed anyone. I don't remember ever seeing this one. But
community that the people around the table actually appointed the councillor, and with Brian Ham, and then when he left, I came on, and it's supposed to be someone who lives locally, and that's where you actually got to come into it because it's an advisory group for that area.
So how about tonight, are we able to put a councillor's name in and have maybe just appoint tonight a second member as a deputy, and then we can write to them and say we've got two people, either one person and an alternative, or if they'll allow two, then the two people can go on. Yes?
Thornton has been on this committee for quite some years. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think my understanding is Councillor Ree and Councillor Thornton have both attended, but I think it's one of those ones where they've attended, but it hasn't been endorsed by this council and was it Department of Biodiversity, Conservation and Attractions has requested that we nominate someone. So I'm happy to take those as nominations, but I think, so Councillor Thornton and Councillor Ree, would you, we'll have to work out if they only want one, who it is. Would you like to do a vote on that, or is there someone who wants to defer to the other one? Councillor Thornton? Yep. Councillor Ree? Okay, so you're happy to be the alternate, and we will write. I'm quite happy to take that on board and write to them and ask if they'll allow to. Councillor Migdale.
Sorry, Mr Mayor, can you also ask them if this is a committee that all councillors are allowed to attend, please?
Sure. Yeah.
Is it open? So can I please request that all councillors are made aware of the days and times of those meetings?
Yeah, sure. I don't think there's any secret with any of it. We'll sort that out. But I think as long as we know if there is only one appointed member, then we know who it is. If there's two, then we've already done those two, and they can both attend. So we're covering off what they've asked us to do. Just a mover that we do those. Councillor Proud, seconded Councillor Corrado, and a show of hands, please, to accept those nominations. Councillors? Councillors? Deputy, come on. That's unanimous. Thank you. We'll now go to item 9. Councillors, we do have to appoint the independent committee members. So this is behind closed doors. Is that, councillors, just so I know, are we going to be discussing any of the submissions? Has anyone got questions regarding the independent members? No. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's go behind closed doors. So I'll have a mover, please. Councillor Dudak has moved. We go behind closed doors. Councillor Papard has seconded. Show of hands. Thank you. So I'll say good night to the viewers at home. We are going behind closed doors. It's because we're appointing independent members, and obviously to protect the people who've nominated from the public onto these, if we're discussing those nominations. to item 10, which is closure of the meeting. Thank you tonight for getting through that. Can be difficult. I think you did it very well. Congratulations, everyone, on your appointments. Congratulations, Councillor Iron, on the successful completion of your first meeting.